Direction of Sherwood down Concord towards Monganui Road.
It's Thursday night in Mount Maunganui, and Constables Jane Hope and Glenn Wilson respond to a call from a woman who's been confronted by a young burglar in her home.
Alerting her that he was there. She went into her bedroom, he was in her bedroom, going through her wallet. Confronted him, he grabbed the money, took a swing at her, and he legged it towards Monganui Road.
I've been home about 5 minutes.
The victim had only just got home when her dog started barking.
And he went off, and I told him to shut up.
Yep.
And then he was really getting aggressive. I thought, that's funny. I saw a hand. I thought, God, there's someone in the house. So I came in here, and he was standing here with my wallet. And I tried to rip the bandana off his head, which was probably a stupid thing to do. But he took a swing at me. So I just chased him down the stairs, chased him down the drive, and he went to the right.
Okay.
It was just the look on him. He was just, well, how dare you stop me doing what I'm doing? And I'm going, excuse me? What are you doing?
Yeah. Did he say anything to you?
He said, I'll do you.
Yeah.
I can do you.
Child burglars are a growing problem in the Mount, and one of the suspects is a 12-year-old boy who's missing from his foster home, whereas caregivers already been contacted by the police.
Yeah, well, they did actually ring me and said that there were some charges pending down there, but because of his age, they can't, you can't really do nothing.
Well, if you see him, grab hold of him and it's cool.
Yeah.
Because
we'll see if we can help you out with.
let's try and
I've told the kids, tell them to come home.
Yeah.
Look, no, I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah.
I just want them to get out off the street and stay out of trouble.
I don't know if we'll be worthwhile going around to Basil's house.
Go around me, because that's who I think.
Yeah.
Someone said they might have seen him around me. Yeah.
Just before they get to Basil's, Glenn Wilson spots another 12-year-old who's frequently getting into trouble with the police.
What's that lady going to say when I show her a photo of your face, mate?
What? Sweet, you can show.
The lady down the road.
Yeah, you can show.
Won't be you? Wasn't you?
No, it was yeah, since you grabbed me last time and I haven't done that since.
You haven't done that since?
No. No, mate, I've been staying out of trouble just like you said, boss.
Have you?
Yeah.
Twice.
Last time I said to you to stay out of trouble, you get locked up about 3 days later for burgling the house. Okay, mate, we'll probably come and see you tomorrow.
The boy was on his way to Basil's place.
We'll go and have a quick look in
Basil's house.
Basil's and see if it's there. Sorry, just the police.
Basil's a special needs pensioner living on his own, whose house has become a hangout for kids in trouble.
No, I won't let him stay here.
No,
He seems to be a bit of an orphan.
Yeah. Made a bit of a mess of your house, haven't they?
Yes.
You own this place, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Police have been keeping an eye on Basil's place to make sure he comes to no harm.
Hey, don't want anyone going to Basil's place tonight, okay? Because you've been trespassed from there anyway. You remember I trespassed you there at Christmas time? You gave me some bullshit name. If anyone goes to Basil's place and they'll be coming back to the station, okay? So you guys have really trashed that house. It's a shame.
Back down at the beach, the local boy racers are out in force, but not all of them have been taking care.
Okay, we're at the Mount right now. GDX went out. A green Toyota Corolla, smacked straight into it. They're going more than 50 Ks on the 50 area zone. So the dramatic fever which happened tonight is coincidentally happened between the GDX and the Corolla.
Well, I was still backing out straight as he was still down there. Next minute, boom, straight into it.
You might have been a bit distracted, maybe.
No, I wasn't distracted by nothing.
The driver of the black GTX is convinced that the accident is not his fault, but he was the one who was reversing out into the road, and he's had too much to drink. The people in the Corolla haven't fared as well, and one of its passengers, Leah, has been cut around the face.
It actually looks worse than this.
Yeah, it looks too bad.
You got a lot of blood.
Doesn't feel too bad.
You're in the car as well, yeah?
Oh, no, I wasn't even looking out. I was looking the other way.
What's your name?
The ambulance and tow trucks are quickly on the scene, but a new problem is building. As Glenn Wilson's been taking down details of the accident, a crowd of drunk and noisy teenagers has begun to gather. Jane Hope's already called for backup when a fight starts. A punch is thrown and she's quickly grabbed one of the youths for assault with a beer bottle.
You know how much damage a bottle can do to somebody's head? Have you ever did at all?
Yeah, comms, TGS-13.
Okay, as soon as we get this sorted out, go back to the police station, okay? Right now, sorry, we've got a bit too much to do. Some other little powder bottle someone will get.
The first thing police do is close down the beach.
You guys got home to go to? Go home now, the beach's been closed.
Move along, thanks, mate. And under their urging, the crowd soon begins to fade away.
Well, that's a standard Friday or Saturday night here in the warm months. The guy driving the little black car was quite happy. He blew 441, so he's twice the limit, twice and a bit for his age. He's only 17. Still didn't think the accident was his fault though.
Whakatane PRM, flag.
Friday night in Tauranga starts with a chase through the shopping centre. An off-duty police officer is chasing a man who tried to sell him cannabis.
He's shown in Masters with a job 040383.
The deal is eventually cornered down by the harbour by Constable Glenn Wilson, who moves in to make the arrest.
Yeah, I got him, Jane, down by the down the bridge, under the bridge.
Excuse me, mate. No, you just
Yep. What's your name, mate?
Just feeling sick.
Hey?
Just feeling sick.
You're feeling sick? That's probably because you just jumped down a freaking great big bank. What'd you do with your stash, mate? What'd you do with your stash?
The dealer's managed to get rid of his drugs during the chase, and he's denying that he sold anything to the undercover officer.
wrong for it. How come you're doing from a good night?
You're puffing, mate. You're puffing. You're puffing more than I am. And I just chased you.
Glenn knows they've got the right guy. It's just a question of finding the drugs.
Let's start anyway.
Before he'd been caught, the dealer had run down a nearby bank.
He was going pretty fast, so we wanted just some falling out. We came down this bank down here. Retrace my steps in case I can get lucky. There we go. Didn't think it was going to be that easy.
Glenn finds more than enough cannabis to make an arrest, but the dealer who tried to escape is still admitting to nothing.
He's innocent. He is
Yeah, I found some more of his dope too.
Oh, mate. Mine
It wasn't yours. It must have been the other guy that I was following down the bank, you know?
I was the another guy. Oh, sir, I've been there for about an hour.
Why are you sweating so much then?
But I wasn't.
Oh, you just started sweating ever since I started speaking to you.
He's wasting your time with me while the criminals are getting away.
Yep. Well, you didn't get away.
The dealer was convicted of possession for supply and sentenced to 120 hours community service. The next day, Constables Adrian Alden and Sean Irwin are doing the rounds, and one of their regular calls is Basil's place.
Hey, Basil. How are you, mate?
This time, the strong smell of marijuana pours out the door.
Have they just been smoking?
Come out here.
Have they just been smoking cannabis?
Just sit down here. What's your name? Sit down. I can smell dope in here. What is your name?
Mike.
Pardon? Mike who?
How old is he?
No, what's your real name?
Wrong. No, you there, is it?
How old are you, man?
Only 13.
13. What are you doing here?
Oh, I just came around here.
Yeah, but you're not allowed around here.
Oh, I was just looking for my mates.
Your mates.
The boy fits the description of the youngster who's run away from the foster home.
Okay, pursuant to Section 18, Misuse of Drugs Act 1975. Just going to have a quick search of you, see if you got any more on you, eh? You understand that?
Oh, I've only got a tinny.
Well, let's have a look.
I'll just check the bedroom names.
How much did you pay for that?
None.
Is this your room in here, Basil?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you understand what Adrian said about us searching
that's
the
right.
house?
Yeah, no problems with that, eh, Bez?
No,
Just stand up for a minute, mate.
no, he keeps coming round and I don't really want to see him.
Yeah, hang on,
Do you know if he's put any
He's a
more
bit
in your house?
unsavoury, yeah.
Do you know if he's put any more in your house?
No, I don't.
Alright, you just take a seat in the corner there, eh? So you think it's just alright for you to come around here at any time?
Oh, no.
There's not much the police can do unless Basil tells the boy to stay away.
You won't be really.
You don't want him back here, do you, Baz?
No, not really, no.
Okay, well you tell him in front of us for him not to come back. And if we catch you here again, you're going to get arrested for trespass, alright? Okay, you tell him, Baz?
Yeah, don't come back here too often anyway.
No, not
Yeah,
Not
don't
at
come
all.
back at all then. Yeah.
Alright? Because he's a bit of a pushover and you guys just bloody
Yeah.
walk all over him. Alright, so if we find you here again, you're going to be arrested. Okay, let's go. We'll might pop back later on just to see who's here again, eh?
Yes, they do pop in on the weekends.
Okay, Baz.
Thanks very much.
One thing police can do immediately is get the boy back into the hands of SIPS, the Children and Young Persons Service.
I've just spoken with SIP. She's going to make a few phone calls, see if she can get a placement until his caregiver returns. We're just going to take him over to the Tauranga station.
That night, Jane Hope and Glenn Wilson were back visiting the scene of Thursday night's burglary. This time they'd brought a montage of photographs of suspects for the victim to examine.
Don't want to be your face on?
No, not really.
Okay, that's fine.
We've got 8 photos.
Yep.
One of them is the young fella.
Okay.
I think might be the boy responsible for it. So have a look, see if you can recognise him.
But though she'd stood face to face with the boy, Rebecca couldn't pick him from the photographs.
No, I could not make an honest idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
Although he couldn't be identified with this burglary, the boy was connected with an earlier offence and was returned to SIP's care in his hometown.
We'll have a chat to a few of the local kids anyway.
And Jane and Glenn's last call for the day was to make sure that none of the other kids were taking advantage of Basil.
Hey Basil, it's the police here. Yeah, again. Can't leave you alone, eh?
No.
No kids here now?
No. Made a good job, I think. Yeah, thank you.
Got rid of today for you anyway, eh?
Yes, he is a bit of a nuisance. Comes around, I don't know, and seems to have a circuit every day and comes back every day.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you mind if we come in and have a look and make sure there's no other kids here? So we haven't given you any other problems?
Unfortunately, Basil, we're going to keep coming back until the kids stop coming here.
Yeah, very good.
Just to make sure that they're not giving you a hard time, that's all.
That'll be good, thank you.
The blue Ford Falcon Ute, 1985 model registration, Mike Charlie 5153 MC 5153.
Constables Casey Broad and John Chappell are on their way to the scene of an aggravated robbery at a liquor store near Manukau City Centre.
Comms M&I going 10-7 now.
Roger, Charlie, go ahead.
Okay, park, mate. G'day, mate.
This is one of you guys over there. The two offenders are taken off.
Yep.
Heading towards Papatoe, I would say, because they took out that way, so it's pretty down.
Yeah, M&I, can you just secure the scene and we'll stay mobile for 5 minutes. We'll just come out of worry.
Copy that. Comms M&I, just for your information, apparently this vehicle has headed towards Papatoe on GSR.
Roger, thanks. Just as though they've gone along and tried to...
Basically what happened is a couple of guys have entered the liquor store here. They've jumped the counter and given the attendant a hiding, and they've taken off with at this stage some alcohol and some money.
Suddenly, the car from the robbery appears down the road.
That's it there. Is that the vehicle? Jono, that's the car, bro.
And John and Casey are quickly in pursuit. The nearby police helicopter joins the chase.
Roger, thanks, Eagle. Did you copy? It was last spotted heading south up Great South Road towards Rainbow's Edge. Copy that. How long goes? Minute,
Clear left. Clear left.
Even with the Eagle helicopter in the air and a number of patrol cars in the surrounding streets, the thieves have got away.
Comms M&I.
M&I.
Yeah, mate, we've driven down to Browns Road and certainly haven't caught up with them. We're going to do a U-turn and go back to the scene.
Roger, M&I.
As other police continue to search the surrounding area, John and Casey head back to the liquor store to get witness statements.
And I saw that they are stealing the bottles and they just walk around up to me, try to push me out, and I grab them. One of the guy just succeed to get out of us, and I caught the other guy, and I was holding the shirt, but he just took off the shirt and when he was walking.
So you came running out here. Is that when the other guy helped you out? The customer that was walking in?
He was standing here. I think he was parked here or started walking to the shop.
Yep.
And we were struggling with the guy and he came and helped us out.
And you guys were struggling out here or inside the shop?
Where it's been spilt there.
Okay.
The liquor store investigation leads to no immediate arrests, although police believe they may have identified the car. But for now, John and Casey are heading towards a reported assault in Manurewa.
Do we know how many people were at the address?
3 adults and a couple of kids.
Copy.
By the time they get there, ambulance officers Andrew Burt and Tony Boyle are already attending to Patrick, the victim of the assault.
Sorry,
What's the name of the person that hit you back at number 9?
I'm not quite sure if it was the boy anyway.
It's a guy.
Yeah. He was telling me, told me to leave.
Is there anything more to the story in terms of what's the fight started about?
The thing is, I just turned up and got punched.
Must be more to it than that though, eh?
Did they ask you to leave?
The person that stayed there.
Did they ask you to leave at all, or were you welcome there?
He told me to leave and just punched me over.
What do you want us to do?
Well, arrest the person for assaulting.
Alright. The thing we need to ascertain though is whether or not you've left, okay, when you've been asked to, or if you've hung around, okay? He can use reasonable force to remove you from his property. You understand that? If it's not your house?
Yeah.
Patrick,
you know what I mean?
Patrick, obviously there's two sides to every story, eh? Okay? We've got to hear your side.
He has no right to punch a person without permission.
Listen to us, right? We've got to hear their side of the story first because there may be more to it than what you're telling us at the moment, okay?
Patrick appears quite drunk, and as he's taken off to the ambulance, John and Casey head next door to talk to Utu, the next door neighbour.
I gave him a warning.
Yep.
I don't want him to play with my kids.
Yep.
Because he was putting makeup on my kids.
And I told him to leave.
What happened to Patrick's nose?
Just push him off the wall.
Although Utu admits to hitting Patrick, police decide that the best thing to do is to hold any charges until Patrick sobers up and decides whether or not to lay a complaint.
You're right. You can use reasonable force to get anyone off your property if they're not going, okay? But just to save things next time, so you don't get in trouble, give us a call and we'll come and get them out of your house for you, eh?
Push them out, don't punch them.
Cheaper insurance there.
Patrick went off to hospital to be checked, and he didn't lay a complaint in the morning. John and Casey are back on the beat, and it's not long before a car doing wheelies catches their attention.
Doing wheelies by yourself as well, man.
Oh no, I had my mate.
Where's all your mates?
Dropped him home.
Sure you did.
He lives down the Glebe.
Sure you did.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
John, the driver's on his way home after a night out in Howick.
Where have you been tonight, man?
Just at Main Street.
Oh, okay. You been drinking?
I had to.
Have you?
The admission that he's had a few drinks means he'll have to go through a breath test.
Okay, now require your time to go a breath screening test without delay. What I want you to do is just blow into the end of that mouthpiece there and keep blowing until basically I say stop, eh? Keep going, mate. Keep going. Sweet. You sure you've only had 2?
Yep.
Nah, sweet as.
Well, you might laugh, but you've got a warrant for your arrest. Nah, just kidding.
But John's problems aren't over. Now, his car won't start.
We're going to do the honest thing and give him a bit of a push start.
Who's we?
You.
Oh yeah, there's no we in this one. There's no I in team.
Nah, let's go. Always wonder what these sports
Let's go in case you can't get us started.
But the car does start, and John and Casey can head back on the road. Next week on Police 10-7, we're out on Operation Therese, a cannabis recovery operation in the Bay of Plenty that leads to some major plantations and a couple of growers who choose the wrong time to water their plants.
If you run, brother, we'll put the dog in. That's as simple as that, eh?
Over in Mount Maunganui, a check of boy racers leads to a drug bust at the beach.
Did you just sell to this other boy? Nah, he's a mate of mine.
Is he?
Yeah, I just seen his name.
And a young woman down from Auckland for the weekend gets drunk, violent and somewhat hysterical.
Okay, they smashed our window.
Yeah, okay.
Couldn't do it.
Tonight on Police 10-7, we're out with Detective Sergeant Ross Everest on Operation Therese, a cannabis recovery operation in the Bay of Plenty, where police come across man traps, growers, and some of the biggest marijuana plants they've seen. Over in Mount Maunganui, a check of boy races leads to a drug bust at the beach.
Did you just sell to this other boy?
Nah, he's a mate of mine.
Was he?
Yeah, I just seen his name. These guys out.
And a young woman down from Auckland for the weekend gets drunk, violent, and somewhat hysterical.
Okay, they smashed our window.
Yeah, okay.
Couldn't do it.
Oi, chill.
And officers are gathering at Whakatane Station for Operation Therese, a cannabis recovery operation in the Bay of Plenty.
Welcome to the new guys, Peter and Dennis and Jamie. Thanks for coming down. This is Operation Therese. We'll be covering the area.
Detective Sergeant Ross Everest has brought together officers from all over the Bay of Plenty for the operation. And for the next 3 days, they'll be following a fixed-wing spotter plane around the region.
So the fixed wing will be locating cannabis plots in areas that we can access on foot If we get an armed offender situation, which is quite possible at this time of the year with the harvesting, we will then take up a containment role and AOS will be employed. Safety, be aware of the man traps, cyanide and other pitfalls that we've experienced over the past seasons. I have a nail board in the back of the truck that we got 3 weeks ago on a forestry track at the bottom of Oamataroro. There was 2, I grabbed 1, deliberately put there for our benefit.
Safety is only one of the problems facing the recovery teams. This is going to be 3 days of hard physical work.
He's working this way, Terry. Braemar. So we'll head that way. You see my dust cloud coming under the pines there, coming out into the open shortly. Roger.
A police observer in the plane locates the cannabis plantations and guides the teams to the nearest access point.
Always wear that so he can see you when you're on foot.
The spotter plane can cover huge distances, keeping several ground teams in work at the same time. But what looks like a short distance from the air can turn into a long battle on the ground. And when there's blackberry bushes everywhere, it's really hard going.
Went probably 20 metres, 30 metres. Actually, where you are there, Andy, it's straight in from there.
From here?
Yeah, straight in, but there's no track.
Eventually the team cut their way through to the first plantations, where the plants are almost ready for harvest.
Come on, Terry, hurry up. Doesn't walk down around corners, does it?
No, almost there.
This is the back-breaking part of the job. The cannabis has to be bundled together and carried out on foot to the nearest road.
That's when we thought we were the only two carrying it out.
Yeah, Roger. We're just heading up around the bottom of the mountain now, your way.
There's no time to rest. Just as they're loading up their haul, a call comes in from the spotter plane. A car's been seen leaving a cannabis plantation and the suspect vehicle's been tracked to the highway.
Now he's at Edgecombe to head your way and assist.
Roger. Yep. Shave has the vehicle now. He has it stopped.
Oh, Roger, mate. Yeah, KUE, did you copy Joel's black got it stopped at Matata?
Where is he? 6-3. Is he at the stop? Okay. Right at the substation. 212, right? 6-3, stop. Okay, 6-3, we need you...
what a bonus, eh?
The spotter plane had flown over several cannabis plots and marked their position. A little while later, they'd flown over the same area. The cannabis had disappeared and a cloud of dust in the forest had alerted them to the escaping growers.
What they've done is probably just picked the cut the heads off, being in a hurry, and they've just left most of the plants in the ground.
With nobody to spare from the recovery operation, it was decided to let one of the growers drive back to the Whakatane station, closely followed by Constable Aaron Duggan. The two brothers were convicted for possession of cannabis and sentenced to 4 months periodic detention. Almost immediately, the plane is in the air again. More growers have been spotted in the nearby hills, and police are trying to trap them in the bush.
Checking out a side track on the left-hand side as we face south. Southwest. Turn right, HQ, go around the vehicle. Go 6-3, team 1. Simply. Between the units and the pines to the right there.
Dog handler Jamie Keenleyside and his dog Max are sent in to track the growers down.
We've got a track here that Milky's made for us.
A few minutes later, Max has caught the two growers trying to run from the forest.
What's going on? Have you searched them, Andy?
No.
No. If you're on, brother, we'll put the dog on you. That's as simple as that, eh?
Having been bitten once by Max, the suspect isn't about to give him another chance.
Did you want on your arm too?
What we'll do is we'll get you out of here and we'll get you back to Whakatane and we'll get a doctor for you.
Okay.
Whakatane from WKCS. Roger, could you get the I-car to head out to Tahuna Road? We need a bit of assistance up here.
All round the camp, huge cannabis plants are nearing their peak. This is easily the biggest haul of the day.
Looking at better, mate. Better stuff.
You've been cautioned, given the Bill of Rights. You're both going to get charged with cultivating, you know that, eh? It's pretty bloody hard to deny it, isn't it? You're caught with your pants down, so to speak. You might as well bloody tell the truth.
The two growers would later be convicted for cultivation of cannabis and sentenced to 2 months periodic detention. For the Operation Therese team, it's the end of a successful and exhausting day. Tomorrow they'll be back in the hills again, and they'll be tackling some of the most difficult country they've had to face. On the second day of Operation Therese, Constable Steve Smith briefs the cannabis recovery teams on massive plants he's spotted growing in maize fields.
So that's right opposite. There's a canal. Yeah, okay, so I mean the stock is just behind here. It's just straight over there. Straight over there.
It's just up here. So he's drawn a map and told the guys how many rows to walk in and what the pattern is, and they just go in and follow it.
Using maize fields to disguise cannabis plants has become common around Whakatane. The plants all go in at the same time, and the growers can harvest the cannabis before the maize is gathered.
It's the only thing you can see up there when you're walking head high through the maze. You wave a bloody third sack.
That's blue, go left. The HQ, walk down the little track, another row.
Right, yep. Good hit on that, eh? That's a male. See the male?
But there aren't many males. Most of these plants are top quality females.
Yeah, that's a very good head. Well developed, and it's seedless head too, so it's top quality. Quite sticky. Stickiness is the THC, the chemical in it, that does the damage.
The next cannabis plantation isn't hard to find. The plants have done so well that they're clearly visible above the surrounding maize.
See the head through the maze there? Bloody good plant too, isn't it?
The plants are so big that Ross Everest has to call in help to get them out.
The next one behind you. These are like trees, mate.
The maize field is dotted with dozens of very large and very valuable plants, and it takes the team more than 2 hours to get them as far as the nearest vehicle. Down the road, another cultivator has been caught in a large plot of cannabis.
Cultivating 70 plants, right? 70 plus the 4 there. Ooh, mate. Gel time.
The count against the grower continues to grow.
What's that total, Jerry?
It was 84, I think, all told.
84 all told, plus what we got, and I've got to go inside.
The next plantation is buried deep in the bush, but the way in's protected against intruders. The leading searcher, Russell Orr, discovered the trap as he picked his way along the path.
The first one is in the pit, so if you don't look where you're going, you put your foot straight through, and these go straight through your foot. That's classic. You've got a well-worn track leading to a clear cultivation. The classic scenario for a man trap.
The growers may be protecting their massive plants, but the risk's pretty big. You can get 7 years jail for setting a man trap.
Tomorrow, for the final day of Operation Therese, the team are hoping to be joined by a helicopter able to destroy the plants without taking them out. But for the moment, the only thing to do is to carry it all away. The next day, plans for the helicopter fall through, and the team are facing some of the toughest country of the operation. And the day starts badly. The first plantation they reach has been picked overnight.
Someone's already got a crop off these. It's all been picked, it's had all the head cut off it. There's still a little wee bit of rubbish head left on it, so obviously they're just going to leave that for another couple of weeks and see what else they can get out of it.
The terrain the team's now covering is deep in the back blocks, a long way from Whakatane. Come over the fence and follow you up, do we? What's it going like, Dennis?
I'll do it. Just go and wash it down a bit.
With blackberry bushes everywhere, it's a constant battle to get in and to get out. And recent rain has turned some fields into swamps. It's going to be tricky. I'll give it a go, mate, but it looks a bit soft.
Always got trailer handy.
Yeah, okay, mate.
Pitbull for the trailer.
I'm going to get wet feet. After 3 days of carrying cannabis plants, it's not just fatigue that's getting to the team. Oh, bloody dust and But the operation goes on. The plantations get harder and harder to gain access to, but the team struggles in and carries away what they can find. Eventually, the police observer in the plane calls it a day.
Yeah, mate. That's just about us, fuel-wise, and they won't.
Yeah, no, that's excellent, thanks, mate. When you get back, do you want to call into the station to the top floor?
Most probably will. Roger.
As the teams pack their last loads onto the trailers, Ross Everest is tallying up the success of Operation Therese. The total is 1,964 plants for the 3 days, which is damn good considering it's all fixed wing and, by the looks of the wall wounds, hard work. They've been long, hot days, but thanks very much, fellas. It's been excellent, and we've got 6 lockups out of it.
Okay, keep the foot off the pedal, eh? When you get too excited. Good on you, mate.
Detective Sergeant Chris McLeod and a team of officers from Mount Maunganui are out checking cars when their attention is drawn to a deal going down in a car park near the beach.
We've got a deck in the car, have we? My goodness. No, you all stay there. Listen up. Detective Sergeant McLeod is my name. We're going to be searching this vehicle under the provisions of the Misuse of Drugs Act, Section 18(2) and 3. That's a search without warrant for drugs, okay? You listening up? Okay.
In spite of the police presence, people have been openly dealing cannabis down at the beach.
And that can be done in private, and you're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to. Anything you do so may be given evidence. Yeah.
It's all on TV, man.
Right, you keep your hands up there, buddy. Listen to me, or you'll be arrested for obstruction. Hang on. Hey, girl. No, you step out of the vehicle. You step out of the vehicle now.
Everybody in the group seems to be stoned, and they're becoming increasingly difficult to deal with.
We get some backup here, mate. What are you on? All right, everyone just sit where they are. All right.
Until backup arrives, Chris McLeod is trying to contain the situation by keeping 4 of the suspects in the car.
Hey, keep your hands out of your pockets or you'll be arrested for obstruction. You understand that? At the moment, all 4 of you are going to be arrested if you carry on the way you are. Okay? You especially in the back. Okay? Have you been in trouble before, buddy? Have you? For a bit of DAC as well? Okay, I want you to pass me that plastic bag that's in your pocket. This gentleman here, they've all been advised that we're having a search under the Misuse of Drugs Act. Alrighty? This is one of our detectives. Just keep your hands in your pockets and you'll have a quick look through your pockets, eh?
The arrival of more officers means that they can start to deal with the situation. And it's not long before they find the stash of cannabis that Jake's been dealing.
Did you just sell to this other boy? Well, you can't have a good time on the street smoking dope. It's not good for you. What we're going to do is pop you in the car here.
And go and take my print, man.
Yeah. All right, mate. Just relax. Hey, now, whereabouts do you live?
None of your business.
Okay, no, that's fine. All right. Move on as quickly as we can, I think. Yeah, we obviously disrupted a drug deal going down. Front passenger seat dealing to the gentleman standing outside the car, and he dealt dope to 2 other clients. So, mate, good. Thanks for your help. Stay out of trouble, eh? You're anywhere near the Mounts location, over?
Almost immediately they get back on the road, a small group of underage drinkers catches their attention.
Spilling it on the man's carpet. How old are you, buddy?
17.
17, you shouldn't be drinking this, eh?
Can you please move that out of my spot? What if we tip it out?
Good skills.
I'll tip it out for you, mate.
Job's done, eh?
Job's done. Is this just a warning?
Do you want it to be a warning?
Yes, please.
As Chris McLeod deals with the situation, a small crowd begins to gather.
All right, you've got a bit of a following here, haven't you?
Yeah, these are all my mates.
Jeez. And I suppose all the good-looking ones are following you?
Yeah, all these ladies are following me too.
Yeah.
Deserve a ticket.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Are you standing up for him, are you?
I'm standing. Oh, if you don't arrest me, I'm standing up.
Yeah?
Yeah, see?
Okay.
I'm from Auckland.
Are you?
I know.
Excellent.
I know the shiznit.
Do you want me to put this in the bin office?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, shh, language, eh?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
All right, matey, you
Gloria quickly realises that discretion is better than sticking your neck out. But Chris McLeod decides to move on before things get out of hand.
See you guys. Yep. See ya.
A little while later, Gloria from Auckland is in trouble again.
Girls. How are we?
They've been pulled up after a bottle throwing incident at the beach.
What's been the problem here?
Well, we were sitting nice, friendly down out, and Chick started throwing bottles all over the place. So said, "Can you please not throw bottles all over the place?" So I started saying, "You slut, you slag, skank, rah rah rah."
Yeah.
And yeah, we just sat there and blah 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 blah, and they drove off and started chucking bottles at us. So they threw about 10 bottles altogether. One just happened to smash one.
Oh, okay. And this is while you were driving. Well, if you just wait here, girls, and we'll get it sorted, eh?
There's no doubt that the 3 girls were in danger, but Sophie's story doesn't quite fit with what the other witnesses saw.
I just saw screaming girls and actually see who picked up the bottles and everything. It was quite violent.
How do you know it was quite violent?
That's the thing.
They had blood on their hands.
They had cuts.
Oh,
like,
they had
even
cuts.
up there.
Yeah, okay. All right. Just relax there, eh, and we'll have a chat with you, mate. Hey, chill.
It's impossible to work out who started the fight and who's been directly involved. But one thing is certain, Gloria shouldn't have been driving. She's had too much to drink.
One at a time, mate. Shh, just relax. Oi.
Really, these cars.
Just relax.
If this was America.
Mate.
No, okay, they smashed our window.
Yeah, okay.
Couldn't do anything.
Oi, chill. Alrighty. Righto, we'll get a policeman to drive your car to the station and we'll get it all sorted out, eh? That's your bottle of Jim Beam in the back, is it, matey?
It's not mine.
It's not yours? Okay.
Nobody would be charged over the bottle throwing incident, but Gloria was disqualified from driving for 6 months for having excess breath alcohol. And next week on Police 10-7, we're back in Hamilton dealing with a young man who tries to leave his motel unit without paying.
Well, he's only got $60, so he hasn't got enough to settle the bill.
He's tempting the ad because he owes the $64 worth of rent.
Seen the f***ing mother get his head kicked in. What are you going to do? Give me shit about it. I just stopped it.
Just calm down. Just calm down. Do you need this guy, Kylie, at all? We don't, eh? This is security guard's been assaulted quite badly. The guy that's been the guy with the smoke out there performing, he jumped over the fence apparently to help him. Help the security guard. Yeah, but he's just uncooperative basically. If you can get his details off him and send him his way, it'll be wicked, mate, otherwise.
Sorry, Joe, can you get an ambulance here?
In the middle of all the confusion, a dog handler's been trying to track the assailant, but at the moment he's got away.
And we were saying, stop it, stop it. And he wouldn't.
The story took an odd turn later in the night. The angry man at the scene told police it was actually his nephew who had been the assailant. The nephew received 3 months supervision, and the security guard's broken ribs cost him 3 months off work. Constables Mark Bartram and Peter Canner are working the swing shift in Hamilton when they get called to a local motel.
Someone that stayed at a motel in Ulster Street, and he's refused to pay his bill, and he's taken off on foot, and they've got someone following him. So I think it's another employee, this one.
One of our guests is following him.
Oh, cool. Okay.
This is the second night.
Second night, and he's left without paying.
The motel owner's suspicions were aroused when the suspect couldn't pay for his first night's accommodation.
Yeah.
He's telling me,
Yeah.
well, I've rung his father. His father doesn't want anything to know about him.
Yeah.
And he's just a con. He's just
Okay. Is his stuff still in his room?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so he's got to come back for that at some
Well,
stage?
no, they do runners and that. They leave. It's nothing for people to do that. Just disappear now.
It's like our informant over there on the left.
The guest who'd been following the suspect calls Mark over in the main street.
How are you?
There you go, mate. The guy in question is the guy in the yellow seat up on the right-hand side there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
The man's name's Hayden, and he claims that he's a truck driver visiting from Taranaki.
Why does she think that you were going to do a runner?
It just sounded all far-fetched, you know, because her husband used to be an ex-truck driver and she thought he wasn't going to reach out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it does sound like it, but I'm not.
Yeah. So how long are you going to stay there for?
I can find the cash, just need tonight.
Yeah.
That's it, and I'll find the cash, that's it, get it out of the road, because she looked a bit worried and, you know, I said to her, I'm not going to
Yeah.
find the cash.
Yeah.
No, you don't like it, I'll find it, that's it.
Okay, cool. What happens if you haven't got the money in your bank? How are you going to...
He says he's intending to pay the bill,
Yeah.
but when Constable Peter Canner checks up on him, he discovers an outstanding arrest warrant.
We'll take him back with us. He's adamant he's not going to do a runner from the motel, but he has got a warrant for his arrest for failing to appear at court. So we'll take him back to the Hamilton station and we'll see if we can sort it out.
There is a warrant for you.
Back at Central, they discover that Hayden's already failed to appear in court on several previous charges.
But he's got a warrant for not showing up at court when he's supposed to. He hasn't even got a car or truck licence, so that's even all the more dodgier, especially if he's driving a truck.
With the holes in Hayden's story getting bigger by the minute, police decide to find out how much money he's got.
The senior sergeant wants us to take him back to his room and clear his stuff out, and then again get him to go to a money machine and withdraw the funds for the motelier. If he hasn't got the funds there and he's got no way of paying it, then we'll be looking at charging him with obtaining credit by fraud. You reckon you'll be in the negative?
62.
Minus 62, eh?
62.
Oh, you got 62 credit.
With only $62 to his name, Hayden isn't in a position to pay his motel bill.
Do you think your dad will be good for any money, Hayden? No. He won't?
He's pretty...
The owners of the motel have already discovered that Hayden should have enough money to pay the bill.
Because he got paid yesterday, eh?
We got paid for a week last night. It would have gone through automatically last night.
Is he happy enough to settle the bill?
Well, he's only got $60, so he hasn't got enough to settle the bill.
He definitely has, because he owes for $64 worth of phone calls.
With the addition of the phone charges, Hayden is now facing a bill for just over $200.
He's got some cash on him, so we'll get him to sort out as much as he can, and then we'll sort the rest out for you. Are you happy with that?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful. So it's probably, I think it's just enough for the phone calls. So it's just the accommodation now that you're looking at, which is 140.
Yep. 2 nights. Okay.
There's no way, Hayden, because what will happen is you'll get charged with it. You know, I think you're probably aware of that, eh? Yeah, credit by fraud.
Back at the station, Mark Bartram is trying to find somebody to help Hayden.
Just jump back in there and we'll come and grab you shortly. Okay? You're up? No, because that's all they're worried about. So I think we'll give him a chance to phone his family, and if they can give us some assurance, and if we can find out where they live, then we'll just do them for the warrant. Cool.
Hayden claims he's already given his pay to a family member, and there's nobody who'll have any money to spare.
We need some phone numbers and addresses of family or anything.
My mother and father and killed them, but they have nothing, Trying to figure it out.
With no sign of any money to cover the bill, Mark decides to ask the motel owners if they'll give Hayden a few days to pay.
So if it's really your call. If you're prepared to give him so many days to come up with the money, if he doesn't, then you'd have to let us know. We'll make a complaint about that, and then he'd have to have a warrant for his arrest. The other option is that we just charge him with it right now.
But the owners are adamant that they want to press charges.
She wants him charged with it. She's said that he's had his chances in life. She's spoken to his dad. I don't know how she got that number, but she's spoken to the offender's father, and he's not prepared to pay or get his son into trouble again.
Just going to do is search you. Okay. I'll get you to take your jacket off as well.
Just outside seat, one thing at a time, and you can put each layer
Hayden
back
will
on.
get to spend the night in the cells.
He'll go before the courts tomorrow morning, and it'll be their decision whether he's held in custody to appear again, or whether that he's let out on bail conditions.
In spite of police objections, Hayden was released on bail the next day. He subsequently failed to appear in court to face the charges. There is currently a warrant out for his arrest.
Romeo Alpha India.
Constables John Chappell and Casey Broad are on their way to a reported assault in Otara.
What's happened?
There was a group of about 15 boys
walking
down the road here, and there was a kid running down there, and he says, don't bloody hit me, don't hit me.
Oh, okay.
And he had a big piece of, all we saw was a big piece of wood. There it is.
Oh, there's the piece of wood, is it?
There it is.
Oh, okay. My partner will get it, so... Oh, okay, and what's the guy look like?
Local residents Lois and Joseph Lenahan have called police in.
Police over there, they're over there.
Oh,
on the corner of Preston and East Tamaki Road. We saw the whole group.
They'd seen several youths running around, and some had been using pieces of wood as weapons.
Were they? No, this one. From the backyard. Oh, that is one of them. That is one of them.
Oh, this is supposedly the chunk of wood that the witnesses have seen the males running around with. As you can see, there's a couple of spots of blood on it, so whether or not someone's been bashed with it or someone's had a cut while they've been holding the wood, who knows. So we may have to do a few areas and see if we can find the person who's bleeding. The blood sort of stops up there, so unless that's where he's been bashed and he's walked up here.
The trail leads John and Casey to a group of guys in a nearby car park.
Do you know who's been given the hiding? Because there's a bit of a trail of blood from Preston, just towards this way.
You're the ones you were talking to with it?
Yeah, I know that, but do you guys know?
No.
No?
They're just thinking of it.
Oh, okay. All right. It's just kind of important that if the person's hurt, so we, you know.
In spite of the blood and the noise, it appears that it was all a game.
So no one's badly hurt?
No.
No? Okay. Right.
And when they check with the owners of the house where the wood was found, the story's just the same.
We had a bit of a chat with them. And they're all a bit, they've had a bit to drink, you see.
Oh, we thought that.
Yeah, so they seem to know each other, and I think they're just playing games. So none of them seem to be hurt.
No, they didn't seem to get hit or anything.
You didn't see anybody bleeding or anything?
Just as they're wrapping up this situation, a call comes in about another fight at a local pool hall.
Keeping with this tonight's theme of disorder, we're off to yet another fight. Large group of males, possibly gang related this one, so we'll see when we get there. Where that car is.
By the time they get there, the offenders have already gone, leaving behind a number of victims.
Two offenders have basically gone around and picked on each person individually, and we've got a few thefts from bags, a few assaults, So yeah, it's basically a mini crime wave in the one location.
We were playing pool and our stuff got nicked behind us. And I only realised like a bit after I was looking for my bag and I found it. I mean, I didn't find it.
Okay, yeah, I got $5 taken from me.
I was just sitting there, really sitting at the table, and he just comes up and he read the back of my shirt and he goes, "Oh, are you okay, dog?" And I go, "Yeah," and he just smacked me one in the head.
With other officers taking statements, John and Casey are called to a domestic incident nearby.
Got a female Polynesian on the line stating her husband is 1K. Apparently he's been drinking all day.
Can you open up the door for us, please?
Hello, how are you? Yeah.
The man is very drunk, and although there's been no assault, his wife's hoping police will take him away.
He spent most of our money to buy his beer, $50, taxi here and there.
Okay.
He damaged our fence because he was angry with me because I...
Who's putting all the holes in the walls?
He used to, he did.
All right. I'll grab your details and we'll take him away for the night, okay?
Yeah, I'm sick of...
Where can we take you to? Where do we take him to?
We'll take you to a friend's house, eh? Just so that you and your partner can stop arguing, okay? Kids can get some sleep, fair enough, eh?
273.
And then you come back tomorrow morning. And you sober up a bit, eh? Cool? Okay.
Eventually Apollo agrees to leave, but he's got a reputation for returning home as soon as police disappear.
I was just talking to your wife and she said that you often get dropped off by the police at your mate's place and you walk home again.
No.
Hey? You're not going to do that tonight, are you? Hey?
Yeah, I'll tell you, because I told you, you go back there, we lock you up. Yeah. You don't want to stay in jail tonight, eh?
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
No walking back. Okay. You go to jail.
Yeah.
All right? Good man. Bye. I'll wait for you to get in. Make sure you're safe. Bye-bye.
With Apollo safely delivered, John and Casey are back on the road again, and it's only moments later when they spot a couple of figures running away.
There. No, not there, there.
You grab that one.
Bro! What are you guys doing? What are you running for? What are you running for? Stay here, stay here, stay here.
How old are you? 14.
We'll give you a lift home, eh? You shouldn't... No, you're 14 years old. Okay? You shouldn't be out this time of night. Mum and Dad know you're out?
Yeah?
Yeah. We're going to take you home.
No.
Yeah. See what Mum and Dad think now. Come on, back of the car. Let's go.
Getting children to a safe place is something John and Casey do every night.
Take them home. We have an obligation under the Children and Young Persons and Their Families Act to ensure they're safe after hours, and this is being late at night. We're allowed to take them home to their parents or caregivers. Okay, sir, sorry to wake you up, mate. Just out a bit late tonight, eh? You know, just 14 years old. Just found her running and hiding from...
catching a bus?
No, you weren't.
You can't catch the bus at the back of the toilets in the Otara shopping centre.
We're in there.
Yes, sir. You guys were playing hide and go seek with the cops. Just keep them in tonight, eh? And just make sure they're not out late. All right?
Thank you.
No worries. Have a good night. See you, girls.
With the two girls safely at home, it was time for John and Casey to head out onto the road and the rest of their shift.
Another satisfied customer.
This week on Police 10-7, we're in Tokoroa when Detective Constable Mike McKenzie assembles a team to execute a drug warrant.
It's a fish pump for an aquarium, and it's been converted into a bong.
We're on the trail of a burglar and con man operating around the Hauraki Plains.
What's that his real name?
Well, it's the name of a person I know.
And we're out on patrol in Hamilton when a group of car thieves hit town.
Oh, get out!
And police have to deal with a drunk who just can't find his way out of his car.
A few problems here, are we? Don't go back to sleep. Don't go back to sleep.
Tonight on Police 10-7, a group of car thieves come down to Hamilton for a night on the town. We're with Detective Constable Mike McKenzie and a team of officers as they execute a drug warrant in Tokoroa.
What a shame. This is where we're at, mate. You're not getting your gear back. Why? There's not much on how. Let me finish and I'll tell you.
And we're on the trail of a burglar and con man operating around the Hauraki Plains.
Well, is that his real name?
Well, it's the name of a person I know.
QV response on a 92 green Mitsubishi Lancer, status stolen.
The swing shifter out on patrol in Hamilton when a call comes in about a car that's been stolen in a nearby car park.
In the Anglesey Clinic car park. I just want to check back around there now. We got a runner. Which direction? Show the car park.
This way. That one over there, that black one.
With their escape blocked by the police van, the thieves make a run for it.
Go, go, go.
After a short chase, Constables Todd Hubbard and Brenton Rooney catch up with one of the runners. The other got away.
I saw two leave, one that way and one went that way.
A search of the car reveals erect ignition and some clothes that probably don't belong to the thieves.
There's a woman's underwear in them.
The stolen car's taken away to be examined and the suspect's taken back to Central. In the interview room, it's soon apparent that the suspect, Jim, isn't going to admit to much.
Whose bag's this? Come on, man. It's got screwdrivers, it's got a wrench, it's got just about everything a car thief needs. Is it his bag or yours? Come on, man, you were playing. Look out for him. Is it yours? No. Is it his?
Because we had two guys.
While Brenton's been questioning Jim, another 3 suspects have been picked up, but none of them are cooperating.
Okay. When you got down here, you knew that they were going to start knocking off cars, eh?
Nah, he just told us to wait there and we'll be back.
Come on. Start telling the truth, eh?
Then the cops come.
Start telling the truth.
Yeah.
Take in a couple of minutes.
So you only got one of them.
It's some time before police can put together a picture of what's gone on. But even then, Jim's admitting nothing.
Tonight he's come down from Auckland in a stolen car. Probably picked you boys up at Huntley on the way through. Is that right?
I come through on the bus.
When?
Today?
With who?
Just me and my cousin.
Come on, there's 4 of you in the car park. 2 of you stole this car. The other 2 were mucking around with another car, is that right?
I never seen them. Well, I was about me and my mate.
Eventually, though, the evidence stacked up. Jim pleaded guilty to unlawfully taking a motor vehicle. He received 200 hours community service and had to pay $495 to the owner of the vehicle. For Constables Carl Little and Fraser Simpson, it's back on the road, and this Friday night ends outside a house where a loud party has just come to an end.
Oi!
A man has slumped over the steering wheel of his car and he's not moving at all.
At least it's not that cold tonight, I guess. Oh!
Eventually Fraser Simpson rouses the man, but he's so drunk he can't open the door.
Hello! Unlock your door, mate. A few problems here, are we? Now don't go back to sleep. Don't go back to sleep. Unlock your door, mate, or wind down your window, one of the two. Excellent. Okay. Where do you live, mate?
Me, Puketi.
Puketi.
Yep.
You're planning on sleeping here tonight, are you?
In the car, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The commotion brings some of the man's friends from the party house.
I'll take him up to my house.
You got a bed, mate. You got a bed.
Come on.
Excellent. Hop out.
You drag him out. Wait, no, hang on.
They'd earlier removed the car's distributor to make sure that it couldn't be driven away.
Hop out.
Well, I'm getting down, mate.
Yeah, excellent.
You can walk up the corner, you won't be able to walk now. You got your keys?
Don't drive for another 12 hours, eh?
Sweet
Don't want you
as,
driving
mate.
home.
If we can have Horse and Neil.
At Tokoroa Station, Detective Constable Mike McKenzie has brought together a team of 4 officers to serve a drug warrant.
Just get in there, clear the house. The bully is that there's an indoor growing operation there, cannabis. Not sure what size, but there'll be quite a few lights there, I guess, and quite a few plants. It's a farm, rural area. It's the white house at the rear. There's actually 3 houses at the address, and it'll be the rear house, which is the white one.
The operation runs into trouble from the start.
Sitting there watching us, plenty of time to get rid of everything.
Major roadworks almost bring them to a halt just as they come into view of the target address. It takes several minutes for the team to make it to the house, and they're almost too late.
Hello, hello.
The occupants are in the middle of moving out, and the indoor hydroponic growing equipment has already been dismantled.
Proper hydroponics.
All round the house, police find evidence of a sophisticated approach to growing. You've got a pH tester there, I say. Yep. There's some sort of nutrients made up and then your pH riser.
He's obviously well set up for growing, isn't he? But he's just pulled it all to bits.
Yeah.
Because he's moving house.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's moving out, so.
Yeah, he's probably just between crops.
Yep.
Eventually, police assemble all the equipment from the bedroom.
This stuff here is just all the polyurethane that they use to line the walls and that, just to keep the heat in, reflects the heat, and it just creates a better growing environment for them. This gear here, just got the extractor fans. All it does is just takes all the fumes and excess heat as well out of the area. Yeah, mate, we'll take everything to do with
Are you doing the exhibits?
Yeah, well, we're taking everything. So yeah,
No. Grant, the only person in the house, is denying all knowledge of the equipment.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's never seen it. Doesn't know anything about it.
How long have you been here?
Probably since just up to New Year's. Oh, you know it was going
out
out the back
you
room.
know it's growing there, bro. What about the other houses? Anything in the other houses?
I don't know.
Well, we haven't arrived here for no reason. You know, we didn't just come here because we thought there might be some old hydroponics in the back bedroom.
Copy, thanks for that.
A check with Central confirms that there's already a warrant for Grant's arrest on shoplifting charges.
Yeah, I'd seen it before. This year, have you been arrested in Levin or anywhere like that? Shoplifting?
That's where I went to for my court.
Yep.
My court, my PD. That's where I had my PD.
Yeah. What about shoplifting? Ever think about it? Have you been caught shoplifting in the last 3 or 4 months? Even last year, into last year?
Yeah, I think it was last year.
Yeah.
I had a little crime like that, yeah.
With the return of Grant's memory, it's time to go. But before returning to Tokoroa, Mike McKenzie leaves a calling card for the other occupants of the house.
This is a copy of the search warrant, the fact that we've done the warrant, and just on the back we've just put what we've taken, and basically to contact us when he gets back in, because we obviously need to speak to him regarding the items found in his wardrobe. It is disappointing not to catch him growing the cannabis and getting him for that. However, the fact that we've got the equipment, our information has been correct, and we've managed to seize the equipment to prevent him setting up again, or at least costing him some money. But it is disappointing not to get the cannabis, but that's how you get. It's how the job is, and it's quite good just to get this.
But the day holds one more twist for Mike. One of the house's other occupants turns up at Tokoroa Station looking for his gear.
You know, we did a warrant at your house, say, and we got all that gears. What's the story with all that growing equipment?
Oh, nothing to say. I want my gear back, please.
Nothing to say, and you want your gear back? Yeah. Okay. This is where we're at, mate. You're not getting your gear back.
Why?
There's not, John, let me finish and I'll tell you. Okay?
Yeah.
You're not getting your gear back. We're going to be applying to the court under the Misuse of Drugs Act to get it all destroyed. Okay? Because I know you've been growing dope there. Okay, it's simple, mate. It was your lucky day. Okay? You didn't get caught growing it, so there's nothing really to groan about.
The man eventually realises his best option is to allow police to destroy the equipment.
We're going to get all the gear destroyed. He's going to consent to us destroying the gear, so we don't have to go to court. It's just simple that way.
Constable Alan Lee from Thames Station is on the trail of a conman and burglar who's been stealing from people around the district.
Yeah, what he does, he comes in, he was coming in here, like on a Sunday afternoon, they'd all be pouring out of here, and he'd pull up here and he'd jump out and he'd go to the minister or someone and say, oh, I need some money, I've got, mum's just died and I've got her in the car, I need to give her the wrong way for the funeral.
The man Alan's looking for is well known to the local church receptionist, Heather.
You know, he's not threatening looking, he's sort of the man that can actually get money out of people too. Yeah, he certainly has got the gift of
That's
the
cool.
gab.
I'll talk with Harvey maybe this Saturday.
But just like he's actually taken to quoting minister's name, so whether he reads the sign, you know, or says he knows the minister from somewhere back. Yes.
As well as trying to con parishioners out of their money, the suspect is also an active burglar.
The worrying thing about what he's doing is the people he's targeting, particularly elderly people and elderly people that are living on their own, travelling on their own.
Next stop for Alan is the second-hand shops of Pyra, where the suspect's a regular visitor.
I'm just doing routine inquiries. I'm after this guy here.
That's, is that a chap from Thames?
Yep.
Yeah.
From everywhere.
That's the guy that I gave information about and he ended up back in jail, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep, that's him. Yep.
Yeah. No,
I thought you'd recognise him.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him for a while?
No, I don't think he would be silly enough, you know, to come back in here.
Okay.
The story's much the same at the next shop.
No, I haven't seen him for ages, but he has been in. I've asked him before, he says he's from down the Thames coast.
Oh, yeah, roundabout sort of a way, yeah. Can I have a quick look at your receipt book? I just want to see if anyone I know, or have you been buying anything or much?
A check of the shop's receipt book, something all second-hand dealers have to keep, reveals nothing suspicious.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's good. Oh, if you see him,
Yeah, well, definitely.
get on the phone. Kick him out. Get on the phone.
Yeah. We don't.
The people in the next shop believe he's been hanging around the local church.
All I know is that when I spoke to my friend when this other one came out,
The lady
she
that
said, yeah, Diane, she said that he'd been around some time before.
Yeah.
So it could have been a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before, I don't know, but he had been around at the Anglican Church asking. Yeah.
And the hotel wanted a copy of that and I was supposed to do it and I forgot.
Did you buy anything with him?
No.
The final call for the morning is to Vivian Howes, and while he can't help with the suspect Alan Lee's chasing, his register turns up an unexpected bonus.
Yeah. What, one day, you know?
I'm looking for this stuff. Makita Orbital, Makita Belt. You've still got this stuff here?
Makita Jigsaw, yes, I have.
Can I just go, have a quick look at it? I might just get you to hang on to it.
Yeah.
Vivian's recently bought some power tools that Alan believes are from another burglary.
Have a look at it, because I got 3 of those jigsaws. He was only a young lad, I remember him. He came in Saturday afternoon. Then he came back again the next day with something else that I didn't want. What the hell did he come back with?
And what did you pay for it?
I've got I should have that written down there somewhere as well.
But it wasn't just the tools that attracted Alan's attention. The burglar has used his real name, and it's well known to police.
But that's his signature there. Is that his real name?
Well, that's the name of a person I know.
Oh,
well.
Back at Ngatea Station, the officer in charge of the burglary case, Constable Blair Mattock, confirms that the tools are the ones he's looking for.
With all this gear that we've got now that Alan's found over in Pyral, we should, and the statements that we've taken from the people that purchased them off our offender, we should have more than enough ammunition to put to him.
Tomorrow, he is due to appear in court in Thames for sentencing on quite a few other matters. Yeah, we'll oppose his bail, so he might get held in custody.
The next day, the suspect, Lawrence, does get bail, but he's immediately back in the interview room to answer questions about another burglary.
I've got some more information today to suggest that he's been involved in a couple of burglaries, so I'm now going to go and interview him on and see how I go. It's likely he'll be held overnight to reappear tomorrow.
Lawrence finally pleaded guilty to a number of charges, including 2 of burglary, 1 of receiving and another, more serious offence, of demanding with menaces. He was sentenced to 19 months in jail. The church-going conman that Alan Lee first set out looking for is now serving an 18-month prison sentence after pleading guilty to 15 charges, which included traffic and property offences. It's Friday night and dog handler Constable Alan O'Donnell and his dog Zach have been called to a disturbance in the middle of Hamilton.
Comes off with the HLP.
A group of guys have been seen breaking into an empty shop. But so far they're denying any involvement with the break-in.
Listen, then you can have your say. I'm happy for someone to put their hand up for it. If no one puts their hand up for it, we take you all back to the station and we'll interview you about it. Okay? You have a put it or whatever you want to do. If someone puts their hand up, we're happy. Okay? I won't give you long, no way. I'll sort it out real quick.
But nobody takes Acting Sergeant Neil Frey up on his offer, which means they're all going to be checked for glass on their shoes.
Not hard, you 1 foot.
Say honestly, we didn't keep those winners in. Honestly, we didn't.
One of them is covered in white powder that's also spread around the empty shop.
There's white powder on there's all his clothes and on his shoes. There's a footprint there and put of white powder.
Oh yeah, gotta be from inside somewhere probably.
As they're looking for the source of the powder, one of the guys they've been talking to takes off, and Alan's quickly in pursuit with Zach.
Good boy.
But although Zach finds the track, it goes over a fence and into the RSA before disappearing in a busy street.
Hey guys, you didn't see a little Maryboy run past here, did you? He's I'd say just, where's Russ? He's I'd say he's gone straight over the fence, but there's bloody goes right into the back of the RSA and they're out bloody waiting for their minibus. I'll go for a drive round, he would have gone that way, I'd say so.
But before running, the guy had given police his name and address and he was questioned later. Another person was charged with willful damage and dealt with through the courts. And a little while later, Alan O'Donnell is back on patrol.
Yeah, well, we're just going to a report of an unconscious male in a driveway. Just a young fella, sounds like he's been on the booze and a little bit too much of it, passed out, and residents were concerned he might get run over. The driveway apparently leads down to a large block of flats. So it's only just up the road, so we'll go have a look. Can't see anyone there at the moment. Oh, there is.
Negative, can you just K1 up the owner's going to come back and report later?
Hopefully he's just intoxicated and not murdered or anything. Hello.
The man is unconscious and covered in his own vomit.
Oh, yeah, he's had a bit of a chunder by the looks of it. How long's he been there? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, mate. You've spewed in your jacket. Wake up, mate. You can't be sleeping there. Just watch out, you got a whole lot of chunder in your jacket. Where do you live? Hey? Ooh. Don't forget your wallet. There, bud.
But right now, Amal can't even begin to think about his wallet. He's still got to work out how to stand up.
What's your name? Hey? It's obviously a little bit too much to drink. Where do you live, man? Do you know?
Yeah.
Whereabouts? Do you know what number? That's just down here, mate. We might have to walk you home.
Yeah.
Don't touch me because you're covered in vomit. Just walk out to the road out there, eh?
Having only just grasped how to stand, the idea of walking takes a few moments to sink in.
All right. You're asleep in the driveway. You'll get run over. He lives just there. So bloody. I'll just switch my. Oh dear. He's had a good night anyway.
Finally, a male gets enough coordination to put one foot in front of the other and heads off for a good night's sleep and a hangover in the morning. Next week on Police 10-7, 2 Hamilton 11-year-olds become repeat offenders.
I mean, hey, took you home last night because you guys were involved in a fight, and then we catch you tonight in this building. It's not looking good, eh?
A car drives past that should be at the wreckers, and a fight breaks out at